This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast. I am Johnny, your host and DM for Season 6, the Aboo. This is the second last episode of this season. Next week will be our finale. That'll come out sometime on the weekend. It's also a bit of a quick one. It's about 90 minutes long, so no break. You know what? Let's just go right into the basics of, you can follow us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. Give us a follow. Talk to us about some D&D. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast. If you really want to help us out, leaving a rating and a subscription helps us out a ton, and we would very much appreciate all that help. And you can also find us on our Discord channel and on YouTube. And of course, all those links are available on our website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. It's the second last episode. Things begin to happen. I hope you enjoy it. I will see you next week. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast, Season 6, the Island of the Aboo, as we are in our COVID times right now in the blistering summer, sweltering heat of Toronto, as we have gathered here again to continue our story of the Trollskull Trio. Last time, which is actually 2 weeks in real life for us, but just a week separation for everyone else back at home. You made it into the temple inside the volcano, and you discovered it was not disturbed in a very long time. Lots of volcanic ash everywhere. And you explored your way in, and you found some what appear to be change rooms where people could discard their worldly possessions of lifelong before and figured themselves or dressed themselves up in robes out to Ixamet. And then you made your way to this big round rotunda with all these lovely carvings on the floor. And you also noticed that Yozef noticed that his symbols stopped becoming squiggly, and it turned into small little omega symbols all over his body. You made your way to a room where there was two giant vats of cold water that you turned on and flushed everyone back. And then you made your way to kind of like an arena type of setting where there was this big archway made out of obsidian, and there was kind of like this wall of forest dome that came down and protected everyone from the immense heat. We could see it was almost like arena style seating inside the volcano, and there were small little pedestals with charred corpses that were in kneeling positions. And when you got too close to one, you disturbed it. They lit up with magma energy inside, and you encountered some magma zombies inside this giant temple. You also noticed that in the rotunda there was a small little groove in the ground where you could place something, and funny enough, one of the zombies at the other side of the Great Prayer area had a golden pendant, auriculum pendant, around his neck. And you had a big massive fight. You got to show off some of your amazing combat prowess, spells, and martial abilities, and I believe we left you just after that fight, after you grabbed the pendant off of the head magma zombie. What do you do?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. We also saw like an adventurer maybe plummet through on a parachute and then attacked by...
What? It was at the very end where a small little adventurer had like essentially almost like a mechanical construct building a plank for him from the edge, from the rim of the volcano. He attached like a crane type of hook and was lowering himself down Tom Cruise style in Mission Impossible.
Oh, is this what I missed in the thunderstorm last time?
Quite possibly.
Yes, kind of. You were very distracted. If you were not not at your computer. You may have just been like trying to make sure that all of your belongings were not washed away in the Great Flood.
I was like, I don't need a recap, John. I actually remember things for once. And I'm like, wow, no, this is a blank. I am not remembering any of this.
It's also a weird fact that it's two Wednesdays, 2 D&D days, and 2 thunderstorms at the same. That's.
Ooh, oh yeah.
You did notice
are we causing the weather?
Yeah,
we may be
probably.
But you did see his hook and lowering mechanism kind of malfunction. He cut the cable and he dropped down, deployed a parachute, and fell right down on top of the little pedestal where the idol was. Which to Yozef, you could see a giant, brilliant beam of light coming off of it. And you saw fire newts come out under the crusted shell of the lava, grab him, and escort him across the shell. It looked like he was panicking a little bit, but not really fighting back, and he was taken into custody. And that's, I believe, where we left it off. So,
and he was a small person, you say?
Small person.
Perhaps a gnome?
Give me a nature check.
Oh man. My sheet. What do I know from gnomes? Oh, my nature skills are actually really good.
It's a 9. So you think the distance he was away from, and you look down at Waywocket, and Waywocket, he's kind of mysterious and illusion-y. Are you looking at the real Waywocket? You're never really sure. So it's hard to get a gauge. You know, if on a technical sense, anywhere between like hobbit to gnome, maybe goblin-sized, it could be a whole variation, a whole variety of creatures that were that size. The creature was completely covered in a leather gear with big fat goggles over top of their eyes.
Seeing as I'm curious about things, what do I make of this pendant that I am holding?
Give me an Arcana check. Oh, so close. As far as you can tell, it's very shiny, has like a lustery gold type of sheen to it. It's got blue and intricate carvings on it. Not carvings that would describe anything, but just like ceremonial type of carvings inside the metal. It looks kind of almost like if it was like an ingot of gold that was like weathered down by like a tide. It's very flat and rounded and smooth.
Well, you know what they say, to the victor go the aspirations of godhood. And I'm going to tie that fucker right around my neck.
Wait, all right, there you go. All right, I mean, just, I think it's good to be careful around the dangerous artifacts in this very evil temple.
I mean, it really sits like, that line between your chiseled chest muscles? I mean, I feel it accentuates.
Yeah, I mean, you look stacked, but that's not really my main concern here.
Any effects from putting on the pendant?
Nope, none that you can feel.
You just feel confident.
Mm-hmm.
It does look dope. In fact, amongst all the destruction and chaos, and also you when you sent a fire spell through that arc, it lit there's essentially like a waterfall or a lava fall coming down through that arc, which kind of blocks the vision to the other side of the room. But yeah, he looks pretty dope. He looks pretty magnificent. It just kind of like, for the age it looks like this thing is, it still has its shine and luster to it.
How magical is that looking there, Malika?
Oh yeah, I guess I could do Batman goggles.
Oh yeah, you can do Batman goggles. You can do Arcana check. You can do.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. If you do detect magic with an Arcana check, I'll give you advantage on that roll.
Ooh, let's do it. Okay, what do we gotta do? Hold on. Oh, I'm already very proficient.
Boom.
25.
All right, so Malika, from detect magic alone, this stuff has abjuration, divination, and transmutation magics all over it. You can see the little scriptures and runes aren't actually, they're not spells of power, but you notice that they're very much in how you've seen Yozef operate before. It's another half of a spell component. So it does have a magical nature to it, but you're only getting one half of it with this thing. And with your 25, you distinctly remember the shape of that pendant being in the center of that rotunda that you came from before.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's one half of a key.
So where's the other one then?
Well, I think it's time we continue exploring. Let's make sure to keep our eyes out for them fires. They look pretty burny.
Yeah.
What's our sort of viable exits from this room that we haven't gone down?
There are 2 exits. The one you came in, and there's one on the far other side.
Well, I'm going to start marching confidently towards that one.
As you get to the other side of the room, you can see that the main archway that you saw before, it looks like someone has taken essentially a giant super soaker of magma and sprayed it forward, and it's all since long hardened over and become this hard lava rock that just seems to have sealed off the door from that side, and it kind of like spills over like soft serve ice cream, just kind of folded over on itself all on the floor. And it's all very it makes your traversal across it like a little not difficult, but like a bit uneven and a bit shaky as you get to the other side of the door. And it looks like the exact same door that you came in, except it's just covered in soot and ash, and above it in what you know as Ignan script, but because you have your warlock incantation, it says recovery room.
Can we open the door?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's go in there. It sounds like it's good.
Yeah, I can draw on the maps as well to indicate where I'm moving.
Yeah.
I just figured out.
All right, so those 3 X's are
Us.
Yes, are you. And as you open the door, you see you see those 2 same familiar giant vats of ice blue liquid in them, and which appear to be almost like surgical tables with little stands next to them. It almost looks like a triage room.
What did we know about that blue liquid from before?
It was very cold. I believe you took some frost damage from it when you pulled the lever. But this one doesn't have like a pedestal for people to stand on. It actually looks like it has like a functioning tube system, almost like a coroner's table, where it almost has like a fountain and a spigot as like the pipes come over top to each of the tables.
These tables, do the tables come with like restraints? Like somebody had to be strapped down into it, or
they're kind of like sheen metallic that have like a small layer of volcanic dust on it, and the whole floor has that couple of inches of dust as well. But there's no restraints or anything like that. There's small little tables or cabinets that are next to each of these metallic tables that look like they have just like the basics of medical supplies in them.
Didn't you say this room was called the restoration room too?
Recovery room.
Recovery room. So, like, in theory, we could heal, which I need.
I mean, it could be like recovering from being transformed into a zombie.
Or that. It could maybe also be that.
In my experience, being turned into a zombie or an undead is kind of a one-way street. You either become more and more a zombie, or you're no longer a zombie.
Can we do an investigation on? Did you say there was a pedestal?
There's 6 kind of like surgical tables in there.
And then what are the round things?
Those are the vats of the blue fluid or the blue liquid that has the pipes that come over top of them.
Can we investigate that, or can we?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You got to go in the room to do it, though.
Oh, we're not in the room, right?
Yeah, we're over here. So, we'll get to the door. I'm the blue guy, and I'll do a classic, I guess, perception check first.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check. 11. As you walk in, you kind of kick up a bit of the dust, and it kind of like poofs and obscures your vision a little bit. From what you can see, it looks like nothing has disturbed this place in a very, very long time. You look back, and yours are the only footsteps you see in here. All the tables are empty and have a fine layer of dust over it, and it looks like the tops of the pipes have very, almost like that perfect balancing act of like someone's taken a very fine powder and just deposited it on top of there, and it looks like nothing has disturbed it. It still stands up there. Other than that, that's the most you can, aside from everything having like a good layer of dust on it, you can't really make hide nor hair out of. The tables are empty as well, so there's not a whole lot you can see right now. And the small little like cabinets and carts that are next to each of the tables are all full of various items and whatnot. Nothing kind of outside your realm of medical healing, but it looks like medical equipment, bandages, salves, dried up herbs, stuff like that.
Yeah, seems like a classic station for healing, like a little hospital. But why would it be right next to that amphitheater? What was that room for, I wonder? Oh well.
What's going on with this door?
Oh, the door's fine and open. It's totally, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, this other door, this one we haven't gone through yet.
Oh, that's closed and still covered with a fine layer of ash and dust as well.
All right, so Waywocket will move in further to the room. I'll get like here-ish maybe.
Okay.
And see if I'll do like an investigation on the vats.
Okay, give me an investigation check, please. Boom. 22.
22.
Nice. So your history of tinkering and basics of mechanics and plumbing kick right in. Whoever built this definitely had an expertise in tinkering. It appears to be the exact same. As you go up, you actually notice that there's almost like a little bit of frost or condensation that's kind of just like sticking to the outside of the vats and kind of made like almost like a slurry, muddy-ish type of ash on the outside. And it looks like it's a very simple drainage system with each of the spigots over top of the table almost acting like a shower or a sprinkler type of device. And I'll even say on that 22, you can tell it's definitely anything you would find in a medicinal kit is easily found in each of these cabinets or surgical tables.
Well, we should definitely stock up on some just classic, little pain reducing edible herbs. Maybe just a couple bandages. It's gonna fill my my horrible hole here.
You do notice that one of the salves you have is an anti-burn salve, and essentially what it does is if you have to recover if you have to make any save to recover from a burn effect or a fire damage effect, you get advantage on the roll.
Wait, sorry, what was that again? Sorry, my cat was like throwing open my door. I had to mute for a second.
Oh no, I hope they're okay.
Oh, she's fine. She just like needs to make an entrance. It's fine.
I'm here, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have had Auntie Morgan do that. Welcome to my parlor. It was disgusting, but you remember that entrance.
Yeah, that is true. I snooping around, I found an anti-burn salve, which will give me or whoever uses it an advantage on healing from a burn effect.
Okay, cool.
How many of those did I find? Or how many uses do you think I have of those?
Let me roll you a d8 and I'll find out. 5.
5 uses. Perfect.
Pretty good.
I've been playing a lot of Last of Us 2, so this is just grab, doing crab walk.
If you wanted to take a short rest, this would be a very good room to do that in.
Oh, yes. I only have 20 hit points. I'm down to like less than half.
Ooh, that is great. Some damage then. Yeah, I can. I have only taken 5 points of damage, but I can spend a healing surge.
All right. Do people need refreshments?
Let's do it.
How much does the rest restore?
So it's your hit. You can roll a number of hit dice equal to your level. I believe there should be a function for it on roll 20.
Do my spells recharge after a short rest, or do I need a long rest?
No, your spells specifically recharge after a short rest, so you get all your spells.
Okay, well, I've got plenty of spells. Amalika, why don't I do?
Oh, yeah. Well, you should like do a healing word before we take the long rest, or take the short rest.
I've got to cure wounds here.
That's what I meant to say.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, here we go with cure wounds. Oh, I will cast it at. Oh,
it's always going to be third level.
If I cast it at level 3.
No, well, because I think they're level 7, right? So that you cast at level 4 because all of your spell slots are level 4.
Oh dear, I don't think I'm here as a level 7.
Oops.
Oh yeah, I am.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought level 7
no, you're right.
level 4 spells.
Okay, so I will cast it at level 4. Submit. La la.
Oh, I may have not put that in properly. So just roll 4d8 and add your charisma modifier.
4d8. 23. That ought to make you feel much better.
Ooh,
Just in case you don't feel all the way better, my
And what's your
charisma
charisma modifier?
modifier is it's crazy.
+5.
Yeah, +5. So it is a 28 to heal.
Oh, that brings me back to full health.
Nice.
Yeah, you're actually a very dope healer, but you never do it.
No, it doesn't really come up that much. We don't really get that hurt. In fact, I'm
Yeah,
going to work
that's
that magic on myself while we're here.
So you're going to spend a short rest in the recovery room?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm going to do one more cure wounds on myself, so that was 4d8, did we say?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
No, I feel better.
Yeah, still though. He rolled a 1. A 1.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that was a terrible roll.
And a 7.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Well, even still, I am
Oh
now
my God.
fully healed, as is Malika.
And
How do
as
you feel, Malika?
is Waywalking, because I spent 1 hit dice and I rolled a 5. So we're all fresh as a dude.
Nice. All right.
I
So
hope this makes you feel less cynical about my rise to godhood.
I mean, still up in the air, but like I do appreciate this. I feel rejuvenated.
You're welcome, my
actually,
child.
Amalika, because you have detect magic on, I completely forgot you had this. You see the same omega symbols, like small, like where all those squiggles used to be. They're all glowing gold and radiant with the omega symbols. And you actually look at the tables, and the tables have the alpha symbol on them.
Oh, guys, these tables, something is up with them.
What do you mean, something?
Okay, well, you know how, like, Yozef has the omega symbols on him?
Possibly, yes.
Okay, we talked about this, but, like,
Sure.
we might not have, I don't know. I can't remember anything.
That
Being assertive.
was a whole fight ago.
Yeah, okay, but, like, we talked about it before, and John covered it in recap. The tables have alpha symbols on them.
Oh, sweet. So we're a match. And I will quickly hop up on one of the tables and lie down.
You see, Amalika, you see that A alpha symbol light up brightly than the other ones, and you see all the omega symbols on him almost begin to go clockwise, spinning around on his body, where you can't make out their details anymore, but they just appear to be going in like his body just lights up with this bright, brilliant energy with these two interacting with each other.
Is something happening? I feel magic.
Yeah. Wait, walk it. Stuff is happening.
Stuff's happening.
There-
Do I feel any different?
You feel a little tingly.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is good, Waywalk It. They are reacting to each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's like angels are kissing my entire body, and some of them are whispering in my ears that I'm a god.
Oh my God, I think that's just you.
No, it could be me. I'm telling them it's like almost on a minute by minute basis now.
Carl.
Oh, Carol,
It's called the power of positive reinforcement, Waywalk It, and it works.
Positive mental attitude.
Uh-huh. I know you're feeling great about yourself and your place in the world, but I think you should have just a touch more caution about touching anything in this place. It's freaking me out, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting so many fire newts and, frankly, zombies.
Really? You weren't expecting a volcano of terrors?
I don't know what I was expecting. I kind of thought it might be just abandoned. That's what I was hoping for. I don't know.
The fire newts that lived in a weird cave lava system at the cult didn't give you a heads up that this was definitely going to involve more fire newts?
They don't always travel. Maybe they can go to any volcano. I just, look. Destiny has its eyes on us, and we have to rise to the occasion.
Okay. Well, Yosef, maybe we should get off this table for now. Like, maybe that should be a thing you do.
Is anything better happening?
No, essentially from what you've seen, it's just that little tingle, almost like that little, like when you come out from a hot environment into like the cold, you get like little tingle and like goosebumps on your skin, like coming in from a hot summer day into like an air conditioned room.
Well, I'm actually just gonna slab out a while, and shall we take our short rest now?
Yeah.
Narratively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So during your short rest, Yosef, at one point, as you're just kind of like settling up, recovering, you just feel kind of like this big thump, like a very slow heartbeat just kind of like pulses right through your body.
Ooh, is it pleasurable?
It's jolting. You weren't expecting it, but it's not. It doesn't feel harmful or upsetting any well. Just like this, it distinctly felt like a heartbeat, but a very, very slow one.
I'm interpreting this as a positive sign.
Mm-hmm.
You do you, baby.
I just got this is not sideways to our adventure. I so appreciate these moments where I get to be Yozef right now. Like he's in so much danger all the time, and he just he just thinks it's all just like yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you finish your short rest. Nothing of event happens aside from Yosef feeling that one kind of pulse, and you're fully recovered. You got your spell slots back for those that get them back after a short rest. You got your hit points back after for hit dice, or if you spent your hit dice. And yeah, what do you do next?
I cast Mage Hand, and I'll slide open this door if I have enough. If 5 pounds of weight does it.
It's tough. It's a little difficult, but eventually it does slide, and it's just the weight of all the ash that was in the room, and eventually it just like slides open, and you see that rotunda that you came up to originally with like kind of like the that explosion of dried lava rock that's kind of like in the middle, and you can see on the far side the doorway you went in previously.
Right, so we've made the loop on this floor then.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I will take you back to this map, right? Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
John is drawing us stuff, dear listeners.
Well, some may call it drawing. Yeah, it's
looks
not.
like a watch with hair.
Yeah, I was just thinking it looks like hair.
And then
No offense, John. Your art is beautiful.
No, I fully acknowledge I have no skills of an artist. My talent's like somewhere else.
You ever watch Broad City?
Yeah, I love Broad City.
It reminds me of the phone wigs.
Oh.
Say you're all right there. Boom.
And refresh my memory, there's like a pedestal here in the middle of this.
It's a circle. It's a circle carved out in the floor with written in Ignan, where it says the path to transcendence will take you to the next level.
Well,
another door that we didn't go through the other way, though?
No, you've been through all the doors so far because you came up from the south, and then you first went to the west, and you're coming up the east side now, and then north.
Yeah, it went.
Yeah,
this one over. Oops, sorry, I meant to use this tool.
Yeah.
I mean, it stands to reason.
I can delete them
into the volcano, right? I mean, that's where all the action is.
I don't think I want that. Wait, did you say leap into the volcano?
Well, I said descend, but I mean, leaping would be the most confident way of doing that.
True.
You're going to leap into a volcano, at least do it with confidence.
It's true. So we're missing half of a pendant that would lower this potentially or raise it or whatever.
The pendant doesn't have a half to it. It looks like a rounded stone you'd find underneath a river or a lake. Oh. But the incantations on it's only half of it.
Yeah.
It's like if someone gave you half of a page to a novel.
Well, that's rude.
I wonder though if we can use this new device to activate this floor.
Give me an Arcana check, Amalika.
Okay.
And you still have your Batman vision on too, as well. No, short rest, more than an hour, so it's turned off.
Yeah, but you can just. But she has it at will, though. So
yeah, that's true. So 8. The floor still it looks magical.
Wait, if I have detect magic, is it with advantage or no?
We'll say yes for this occasion. So 19 on that one.
Yeah.
It's something because you didn't have detect magic on beforehand, or maybe it's the proximity of the pendant, but you can see small little scriptures lighting up in that little indent in the center of that circle there.
Okay. If Yozef goes closer to it, does it react any stronger or?
It looks like it pulses every time you take a step closer, and the light gets brighter and brighter as he takes one step closer.
Okay, guys, I think we should go towards this.
yeah, based on what Waywalker said, Yozef said the inscription said, I think we might be able to move further down into the.
Yeah. Let's go check this out.
So do y'all want to stand on the circle?
Yeah.
Flip.
Yeah.
Flip.
Yeah. I'll draw myself as a little square. I've realized I can do that.
Oh, sweet.
Whoop, there I am.
All right. What do you wish to do on this giant circular carving?
Is anything happening?
Can I touch it or see if I can activate it?
It looks like as you hold it up, it looks like it would fit perfectly in that small little dent in the center of the floor.
Well, I think we gotta do it. Everybody, brace yourselves. So yeah, like kind of at the edge of the thing, ready for any danger. I'll take the dodge action if I can.
You absolutely can. Yozef, you've got the pendant. You put it into the indent?
Definitely.
All right. You see Yozef kneel down and place the pendant. It fits perfectly, makes a perfectly flat floor. And then you see the small grooves in between the stones begin to fill up full of magma. You don't feel heat for it, but it looks more like almost like a display as it begins to circle around and begins to fill in all the gaps on the floor. And then you just feel a slight rotation counterclockwise as you hear stone grinding on stone, but not like a big deafening sound. It's like a small little like as you begin to wind down, and you see almost like this rifled pattern in this giant tube, and you can see magma fueling almost like a hydraulic press or hydraulics, like spinning this thing downwards as you see like this big, rich, black sheen stone with this magma kind of tubes just pulsing more and more fluid to drive this thing down as you feel yourself going down and down and down and down and down and down. And then you just feel it almost like a little bit of a gravity drop before magic takes over. And as you hover down, you find yourselves in a very flat, squat. If it wasn't for the giant hole above you looking up to the top, you'd say you've got maybe about 10 feet of roof over top of you. And it is all black obsidian stone, almost like someone finally carved little patio stones and placed them on the walls and ceiling. It feels almost a little oppressive. And it is completely dark in here except for the light coming in off of the main entrance. And I'll draw you a new map.
Can I retrieve the pendant?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank goodness. I thought that was a great development, but my chest felt a little unaccentuated.
Yeah, I was really worried about how your chest looked at me for a second, Yozef. All right. We're moving.
My eyes are adjusting to the light.
It's funny because I am currently wearing sunglasses while looking at my computer screen because of my silly eye problem.
Oof. Double dick.
Yep.
Yes.
It looks very phallic. I should take a
I
screenshot.
can see it now.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah.
In hindsight, yeah, that's not. That should be.
I think now that it's finished, it's less bad. But when
No,
It was
I made
It was
a
going in
mistake
that
down the bottom there. This is why you always thank and pay your cartographers exceptionally well, because they are skilled people. All right, so you are all blip. There are 2 double doors. I almost said double dicks. There are 2 double doors to your east and west. And 2 hallways that go north and south.
Well, in times like this, when I'm lost in a dungeon, not that it's happened very often, I like to just leave it up to random happenstance.
And there is writing above the east and west double doors.
Oh, actually, that's important information. Yozef, what do you see? I also imagine that this is a dim or dark light situation, but we are all...
Yeah, you all have dark vision. So you've got kind of like this weird, it's black and white, but you've got like kind of this orangish reddish hue coming in off of the light off of the volcano coming in.
Can we see through the doors?
No, they're solid obsidian.
What is the... Hey, Yozef, what does that writing say?
Which door?
Let's look at the one on the left.
On the left, so the west door. It says Soulwell Management System.
Well, how about on the right?
It says Soul Communication System.
How about in front of us?
It's 2 hallways, and you'd have to get closer to the door to see it.
All right, I will stride up down this hallway. So I'm now using...
Are you going north?
Yeah, I'm going this way. So I'm about here now.
Yeah. It says stadium seating. Level 2.
Huh? They really putting on big shows. Oh, I wonder if that's where those fire needs were.
I mean, I feel like soul communication is our best bet. I mean, it sounds pretty and could probably give us some answers.
You know, I think that's actually pretty sound logic. Yeah, I'll go here where that square is I just drew.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a classic investigation check on the door.
All right. Ooh, bad. Yeah. So what you investigate is that it is not trapped by any means, but it is locked, and it looks like a mechanical type of device, and you have not found any keys for it, but it does appear locked.
If I summon my mage hand, do I think I can manipulate the mechanisms with possibly my thieves' tools?
Yes, and as before, because your investigation check was a beefy 27, you see no traps whatsoever on this door.
Right, but do I think I can manipulate it with my thieves'
easily.
tools?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, all right. Hold on. I'll stand. Well, I mean, whatever. I'll stand where I am now, but I'll still use my thieves' tools with a couple feet back.
Boom. Oh yeah.
24.
Yeah, you manipulate the inner metallic and stone lockings on this obsidian door, and you see it slide open, very Star Trek-esque. Like the doors are perfectly balanced, and there's almost no resistance to it. As you see this brilliant dark blue room, and you see lights bright up, and actually is like a bright light situation. You see panels and screens all along the wall in various positions, and you see a small little podium or platform that's just kind of like, it's got about 3 or 4 steps up to it, and you see like this nice soft pale blue light column that kind of surrounds it, almost like a field, and you can see little almost like little terminals sticking up out of the ground. They're metallic, and they have like little buttons and screens on them.
Well, yeah, I've never seen anything quite like this. I'll take a step in. I'm not there now, I guess.
And as you take a step in, it feels refreshingly cool. That dry heat just kind of fades away. It's like when you go to an amusement park and you get kind of like that, going through like that mister, just to sap the heat away a little bit.
Oh, it's like a vacation in here, guys.
I'm going to stroll in there. Hey, are there any souls here interested in connecting? I got the pendant.
You hear?
Oh my god! Sounds like Soul Tinder.
There's a very dull hum.
To all the souls out there.
There's a very dull hum that everyone can hear.
Was that even before Yozef said that, or was that? Okay.
It's kind of like a.
Is there anything on the screens or like the?
There's scripture on it, but you can't read any of it. It's not a language. Actually, what language do you know, Waywocket?
Waywalker knows Gnomish, Dwarvish, and Common.
No, you.
And of course, Thieves Can't.
And
but
Thieves Can't.
that's
It's
not
all in
really-
Thieves Can't. It's a. No,
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a written language.
There's nothing you can decipher on that.
Heh.
For Yozef, you can read it all. It's still in Ignan, and it appears to be almost like a computer terminal. And you can see it says Directory of Souls.
Is there a way that I can, how do I access this computer terminal?
It's very much like a weird combination between a touchpad and a keyboard type of interface.
I'm going to start bipping around with it. And is there anybody I see that...
When you bring it up and you see that the current size of the roster is about 45 million.
Oof.
And as you just begin to flip through, it's almost like the names lose all significant value as you just begin flipping and scrolling through, and you see just names flying by from various different languages that always kind of merge into your Ignan form that you communicate through your warlock abilities.
Seems to be a record of pretty much everyone who's died here. Any souls we want to contact? Hey, what was the name of that guy we found in the jungle?
Torben.
Yeah, Torben. No. He was the ghost. We also
No, didn't we
there
find
was
a dead knight or something?
Sir Sigmund.
Yeah.
Can I find that in the soul database?
There is
Is there
actually
a search functionality?
there is a functionality, and as you type it into the keyboard, it says "soul not found."
But he
How
was
about
on the mountain, right? It's like the ghost still has his soul, right? He just is tied to the
Oh,
mountain.
Sir Sigmund wasn't Torben. Torben was the ghost.
Yeah, Torben's the ghost. But we also know that that this island treats souls weirdly, which is part of the reason why our hag friend is wasn't quite into soul trading the way that other hags were. Wait, here, let's see. Look up Jalaxel.
You type in Jalaxel, click, and it says no soul found.
What about Waywacket Sprocket?
Click. No soul found.
He's alive!
Wait, how about somebody we know is dead?
How about my dad,
Malika's dad.
which I don't know the name of?
You probably do in game though.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you don't.
I've actually never named him. I was letting you do
Yeah,
that.
I've never named him either. Can we just type in Amalika's dad, but it translates to what his actual name is?
Absolutely. You type it in, and it says no soul found.
How about Rents? That's someone we at least know is dead.
Yep. You type in Rents, and you see this almost 3D image pop up off the screen. It begins to slowly rotate around as it begins to give a profile of statistics on Rents. As you see that pale blue column of light hum and go, as you see kind of this ethereal image of Rents show up, and he looks like he's in his 20s, and Yozef, quite a handsome looking lad, long brown hair tied in a ponytail that come down lock. He's got kind of that surfer body to him, with robes that you've seen upstairs, and in quite a younger sounding voice, I am Rents. I was the leader of the cult of the Puba Aboo as a front, but the true lord I follow is Ixamet. I am here to answer your questions, Yozef.
If I wanted to talk to you, I wouldn't have murdered you in cold blood. Just testing the system, buddy. And now I'm going to... Oh, I had a really good idea.
And he has no emotional response to it. He has none whatsoever.
Shoot. Oh, can we look for Carl?
Kyle says, yeah, I guess. Sure.
I guess I named him Carl. We don't really know his name.
Yeah. You type in Carl, And
many Carls fill up.
Yeah. We'll say there's enough of connection that you can figure out which one comes up. But you see this kind of skinny, lanky beanpole of a kid with tussly hair, wearing clothes that come from Waywalker. You recognize it as Waterdeep, but from like maybe 100 years ago. And you see it brings up kind of like this very short and brief profile of Carl. You see the oatmeal Carl come down and like, oh man, I was a little kid. And you see like that pale blue light, the image of Rents fades away. And you see it, this kid, maybe no older than 17, 18 years old, come up, and he's wearing that same type of robe that you saw upstairs in the prep room before. And you see him say, hi there. My name is Carl. I felt the call to come to this island and do the work of protecting the world. And I'm willing to give everything and anything to make sure that I keep the world safe and that we make it the best that we can. And he's got kind of like this blue-eyed optimism to his face.
Carl, you're adorable. Does this jog your memory?
It doesn't at all, but like it reminds me of Martin. Like there's some similarities going on there.
Yeah. Ghost Carl, can you hear me?
Are you talking to the one in like the
kid?
He's like,
yeah, like the bluish light.
Yeah, you see him fold his hands over top of each other. Like, yes, I can. Do you have an inquiry?
What was your favorite store in Waterdeep?
Oh, Apple Cinders. They did these wonderful apple spicy buns that smelled so beautiful on a morning day. They were just lovely to sit on a summer day, eat them, and just feel the harbor air come in. I did enjoy that place a lot.
And what did you want to save the world from?
It says, I don't know. I felt the call from over the ocean and felt drawn to this place. I felt that I had to serve in some way, and I eventually found my way to the island of the Aboo, and definitely felt a call to a greater service, greater than myself, and was willing to give everything to protect it.
I mean, did they get specific about what this power was that you were giving it to, or even how somebody else might take it for themselves?
No, there was a leadership command, and we just followed it. Felt like the right thing to do.
Who told you to follow these commands, young human Carl?
It's hard to say. I wasn't with the cult very long before I passed away, but it was an omnipresent draw. No vocal commands, it's just a feeling right through my soul that I had to come and serve.
Rents, what do you think? Do you have anything interesting to add?
Oh, Rents isn't there anymore. It's been replaced by Carl.
Yeah, one at a time.
Is there somebody, like, given everything that we've combed through, like me and Yozef collectively don't remember this, but we went through that big diary of like all those people who've lived on the island before. Is there like somebody there that would be like the person to talk to that I maybe haven't killed?
Rents would be the only one you could remember.
All right, let's pull him back up.
Yeah, because you tried Sir Sigmund, and his soul wasn't in the registry. So you pull back up Rents, and Carl fades away as Rents comes back, and he just appears standing in the same position that Carl was. And he's like, yes, do you have any inquiries?
Yeah, why is your soul in the directory and not like lost like some of the other people we've met on this island?
The souls, when they are pulled into the soul well, are ones that the well contains. It is not a perfect system. Some souls may escape, or some souls may have protection, or some souls simply are consumed and vanish and fade into eternity.
Some souls have protection. What kind of protection?
Oh, many deities protect souls and bring them to their own planes after passing.
So Rents, tell me all about Ixamat.
Ixamat is a grand lord of flame. He wishes to consume and burn all the material plane. However, there must be a material plane there to burn, and he has striven to protect this material plane from total annihilation. It seems like a counterintuitive thing, but it is working to keep the material realm present so that he may burn it all. And with the great celestial and existential threats to this material plane, I choose to serve.
And so, in your divine wisdom, when Yozef touches the induction thingy,
The idol of spiritual induction?
The idol of spiritual conduction, what will happen?
He says, I don't know. It is something we have striven to fight against, but from our understanding, there is a great potential for the ending of everything. The Zapuba Shabu is a great cleanser. It is everywhere, in every deity, in every weave of magic and essence, and that if he feels the time is right, cleanse it all. It resets back to the beginning. If you wish to learn more about this, there is the reality augmenter in a room off to the east. That will give you more details and information you are looking for.
Sounds great, Ren. Sorry you're dead. Didn't know you were hot. And I stroll right out the door, heading for the other door.
Right, the other door says the Soulwell Management System. That's to the west.
Oh, but he said it was to the east, though.
Yes.
Additional dungeon, eh? Quick, Hugh. Were there any other forces that you were trying to keep any of this from? Evil organizations, probably from Waterdeep, maybe Dark Elves? Throwing it out there.
No, the only concern we had was to keep Yozef from contacting the idol.
Well, I'm afraid, Renz, that you have failed. Not only am I closer to the idol than ever before, but as I mentioned many times with great relish, I did in fact kill you. So I'm kind of pitching a version of this where I don't destroy the world, but perhaps use my wisdom and advanced knowledge and general betterness of other people to improve it in certain ways. How about that?
I have no opinion on the matter. I am merely a module of information for you. I could not tell you my thoughts one way or the other. I am merely a memory of Rents.
You know, I gotta say, for most of my life, you've been an old man with nothing but opinions about me, and this is a real improvement.
Got any questions, Amalika, for Hot Rents?
I mean, I think you guys are mostly covering it. I mean, do you have any advice for how we can keep Yozef humble? Because I don't think you do. And that's really...
You see, to keep Yozef humble is a growth in character, I imagine. That is not a feature that I could give you more information on. It is a stance of character.
Well, I mean, growth in character is what I'm all about. I saved the city, I stopped that evil wizard, I had that whole speech about friendship. I mean, you know, there is just one more thing that I'm curious about. And I will stroll up to Ghost Rents and try to pull down his ghost pants.
Your hand goes right through him, whoosh, going through a hologram.
Damn it. Well, some mysteries are buried forever, I guess.
Oh, jeez. All right. Rents, we're back if you have any questions. Have good life being an aspect, I guess.
You see the platform like kind of fade, like. All right. What do you three do now?
Well, I guess we might as well check out this room on the left. Like just sort of knocking things off.
Soulwell Management System?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll head here and do an investigation check.
Yeah, do it up.
Oh my god, I rolled a 3. It's 13.
Does your the rogue ability where you get to add, like, you just add 10 to it, does that come into effect here?
No, I don't get that until like a level 11. So it's just a 13.
So for what you can see, it looks almost identical to the door that you just came out of, or the double doors that you just came out of, and you don't see any apparent traps on it, and it does appear to be locked with a very similar looking mechanism.
Yeah, I've done one of these before. And so far, this security's been pretty lax. Let's see if I can crack this one open too. It's 23. Thieves' Tool is open.
Again, almost, you've got lots of experience with this already, almost like it was not even there. Click, 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 and whoosh, the doors slide open. And on the inside, you can see panels and lights lighting up the room, creating like a bright looking atmosphere. You see tubes that come out of the walls and up into the ceiling, and they all have like little lights and diodes on it. And in the middle, you see a perfect 3D hologram of the volcano that appears to be like on a slow rotation around, and a small little input terminal at the front there.
Oh,
again,
wow, these are quite the illusions.
You hear like the womp, 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 womp. There's a much faster pace womp, womp, womp to this room.
Wow, they really went all out with all these illusions, displays. Really quite fancy. I'll take a step in. Oops, I'm like here, let's say.
Okay, and again, that same cool, refreshing, misty type of feeling.
I'll do an investigation check in this room.
All right, do it up. Ooh, boom.
I rolled a 10. It's 20.
So that terminal you see is very similar to the one you saw in the Soul Management System. The 3D image of the volcano actually appears to be almost like a big pool where you'd see like imagine like the magma caldera be, but it appears to be like kind of like this bright pinkish and reddish type of color, and it's pulsing quite brightly and quite quickly. And as you look back to the wall right behind you, right, you can ping that, ping. Right behind you, you see what appears to be almost like a column, and it's bright red and flashing a lot. It's almost like your intuition is something that flashes that red and that bright very quickly is not a good thing.
Guys, I think there's maybe something wrong with the whole setup here. Or maybe they're getting ready to do something. Or maybe just your very presence, Yozef, is causing this thing to go into overdrive.
Can I sense anything from the...
As you walk into that room, it feels like you've walked into like almost like a white noise generator, and this is something only Yozef can hear, as it feels like that just kind of like the static like hiss, like a but it's very loud and almost not quite, but almost deafening out what you can hear Amalika and Waylocket saying.
What?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Really loud in here. Maybe I can turn this machine off?
As you come to the front of the
terminal I can operate?
Yeah. And you actually, as you walk by, you can see that blinking kind of column on the wall. It says breach capacity exceeds limit 2. And as you come to the front of the terminal, it's giving you a warning message that Solwell breach Solwell has hit max capacity.
Looks like there's too many souls in here.
Oh no.
Is there anything I can do, sort of pushing buttons on the terminal or something?
Give me an investigation check.
This isn't going to go well.
Beware the natural one.
Told ya.
You rolled the 6 there.
Yeah.
My off rolls have been really strong.
You go flicking around the commands. It's a lot of technical jargon that you can't make hide nor hair of. The only big ones that you can see that make a lot of sense to you is Purge and Contain are your two choices.
What do you say, folks? Purge or contain? Let's put it to a quick vote.
Actually, you're the decisionist, so you get an extra vote in this.
Don't tell him that!
Means he can tie us. Yeah, I guess we should release the valve, but I'm wondering if that's just, let's do it!
Purge?
Do you hit the purge button?
No, wait, I don't hit the purge button. But, like, if we purge the souls, like, we won't have souls to command to rebuild this island.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Well, 2 votes purge. My vote counts as 2 votes for contain. So I guess the tiebreaker is Carl.
Actually, the tiebreaker is you, Yozef, as the decisionist.
Oh, sweet. Let's contain. What? I hit contain.
You hit contain, and you all feel a shudder in the room around you as you see what appears to be the wall or the outer form of this caldera beginning to crunch slower and slower and slower inwards. And there's kind of an eerie wail that erupts from outside the hallway as it sounds like millions and millions of people in a subway car being slowly squeezed together. And that's when you start to see the lights just drop deep crimson red as you hear and you just see the word breach come up on the screen. And you see that caldera in the middle of the volcano, that 3D illusion representation, as you see one just gout of energy go blasting up, and it blows out all this lava rock at the top. As you see a second gout, and you begin to see like all these rocks, and it's like the energy is coming out is keeping these rocks just suspended in air, and they're kind of like almost like if they're underneath like a giant water spout, as you see more and more and more of these breaches come blowing up into the sky as you begin to feel the volcano rumble even more so. And you hear Carl go, uh-oh, that ain't good.
It's almost like we should have freed the souls, and now the karma is coming back to bite us in the ass immediately.
It's almost like we tried to save souls and now must band together as adventurers.
What? Huh? That's not what it seems like at all.
Actually, I feel like we don't know enough of anything, but this doesn't seem good. But this also is maybe a pretty evil place, so maybe bad things here are good. I don't know. Upside down is up now.
I don't think it is. I think bad things are still bad things, and we just did a bad thing.
You know, the enemy of my enemy is this loud noise.
Everyone give me a dexterity save, please.
Uh-oh. Look out, everybody.
I don't know how to do that.
Just a basic 10. So you go to your character sheet and you look at the dexterity save or the
under
the second column
and proficiency bonus.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, just dexterity?
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty good.
So the only one is Yozef. As Waywocket and Amalka, you catch your feet as you feel a gigantic shudder, kind of like feels like someone just took put 2 giant hands around your room and shook it. You see Yozef just kind of like loses his feet and slips and falls on his butt, and Carl's fine, so he doesn't need to worry about that. You see like a little bits of cracks begin to form in the obsidian above you.
Oh my god, someone pushed the purge button. I've lost my self-confidence.
I'll like jump up and try to hit it.
Give me an investigation check because you can't understand Ignan.
Oh, fair enough. Well, maybe I know the button that he pushed that I didn't push. It's a 24.
Yeah, you can figure it out that you hit the purge button, and you see the lights kind of like ease up on like the deep crimson red. It's kind of more like a pinkish reddish hue now, as you say, purge sequence initiated. Please vacate the area. As you see that all that energy that was going up into the air, as you hear like this definite sound of gigantic slabs of lava rock falling down and splashing back into the caldera, as you see all those energy beams being sucked down, and they start to form like a little beam of light in a very anime laser beam type of style. It's like this little ball, like it's bigger and bigger and bigger beneath where the idol would be, as you just hear kind of like this like tone, as like this big tone, neutral tone goes shooting up into the air as you see the column on the left very slowly begins to descend. And Yozef, you see those bright omega signs that were on all over your body. They begin to flicker back to black and gold.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
What do you mean by they begin to flicker back to like black and gold? Like, are they lighting up or are they dimming down?
They're gone back to that black and gold squiggle type that you like. They still show the omega symbol, but they're not glowing bright radiant light anymore.
No, I'm losing my radiant light.
Well, I still think we should listen to the scary voice and head south immediately. Let's get away from the center of the volcano. And I've made myself a little WS here, so I'll head south.
As you head south, you see two wooden doors, surprisingly, Waywalk, but there is a big metal bar and chain that's been put in front of it.
God damn it!
It's definitely a fire hazard.
Yeah, definitely the fire hazard. Is the chain locked?
The chain is locked.
I guess I will run out behind Waywalk and seeing him sort of struggle at the door. I will try to Eldritch Blast it.
You do, before you Eldritch Blast it, you do see ignorant writing above it and it does say maintenance shed.
That's just a shed, Waywalk. We should go the other way.
That's closer to the center of the volcano, though.
Oh, fine. All right. I'm going to try to blast that door open.
Okay, give me 2 attack rolls. 2 attack rolls.
Ow. Blammo.
All right, and don't forget
that Eldritch Blast is still working for me.
Yeah, so don't forget to click on the damage, like the little Eldritch Blast text to get your damage.
Oh, yeah. First one.
7, 8 for a total of 15, which blasts through the wooden doors. The lock and bar is still in place, but you've smashed those doors open. And as you look, you see like this cloud of dust and ash and soot and wood come by, drop down. As you see, it looks very much like a mechanical, like cables and panels and stuff. It's not lit up at all like the other 2 rooms. But you see with essentially like someone took like a big wad of clay of obsidian rock and molded around his 2 hands is that small man in the leather outfit and goggles that you saw with his 2 hands bound in front of him.
Oh, jeez. Hello there.
You see him look up and walks underneath the metal bar and then nods to all of you and then holds up his hands with you've seen being cased in this obsidian rock.
Do you speak common, my good friend?
You see him kind of just shrug his shoulders.
Do you want to be free?
You see him nod his head up and down.
Do you speak common?
And again, you see him shrug his shoulders.
Malika, what you read on this weirdo?
Oh
yeah, and your magic eyes are going on? His gear is all magical. It is all magical equipment.
I mean, I guess if we wanted to go Yozef style, we could rob him, but... Okay. So he's covered in obsidian, so he's stuck.
His hands are. He can still walk around, just like it's kind of like if someone took like Play-Doh and just like clasped it around his 2 hands, almost like handcuffs.
I don't think a mental way of like getting rid of that.
Is there a lock mechanism on this obsidian, or is it like it's like solid molten rock?
It's just solid. It looks like someone like sculpted rock around his hands. There's no mechanical device to it.
Mm-hmm.
How do I feel? Like now that the purge is going on, do I feel like my power is decreasing?
Your Eldritch Blast feel like they may have not been as sharp or strong as they used to.
Guys, I think we should turn back. I think the purging was a bad idea.
I don't know about that. The alarm stopped. I'm pretty happy about that.
I mean, yes, but now we're like purging souls, so maybe it's not so full anymore, and we can maybe switch back to contain.
I think maybe we should just not steal the souls. I don't know. That's just me, though.
We're not stealing them. They live in the font. Do you want Carl to disappear?
You see the little man kind of wave his little magma stone bound hands in front of you. Almost looks like a little bit of desperation this time.
Yes, what do you want?
You see him tap it on the ground tunk, 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 and then holds it up again.
Is there a way to sort of Eldritch Blast the magma off without blowing his hands off?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Essentially, just don't roll a critical one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna grab his hands and
famous last words.
See what happens. Here we go.
Ooh,
easy peasy.
19, and the other one?
Easy.
Oh yeah. Oh, do I have to fire 2?
You don't have to fire 2 if you don't want to. But
no, let's just be fun.
All right, so
here's the damage.
12. You blow off a significant chunk of it, like a good outer layer of it. You see, it's still kind of. Here, I'll roll his strength athletics check to see if he can. Oh yeah, natural 19. As you blow off the one, he just smashes it into the ground, and there's kind of that. Someone's had their hands cramped for a bit, and just begins to work them out a little bit, getting you see little bits of obsidian and lava rock just drop off of his hands. And he just kind of claps them together and opens them up in kind of a thank you.
Great. Now, shall we purge or contain? Is there a way to contain? Is there a way that I don't lose any power?
You see him kind of shrug his shoulders at you.
Well, why did we free your hands then? What's the point of you?
You see him kind of shrug his shoulders as you see him point out to the northern hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna... Is he pointing at the door, or is he pointing back at sort of the systems room?
He's pointing at the door, at the north end door.
Okay, I'm gonna run towards that door.
All right, you go running up to those doors, and they're not even locked, and they appear to be out to the arena seating. As you slide them open, you can see it's very much like a baseball stadium, where it's kind of that echelon type of seating, and you can see what appear to be 6 fire newts, all dressed up in this partial obsidian armor and have obsidian swords and shields on them, as they have looks of horror on their face. You can see when you saw it the first time, it was kind of like a flat caldera, but it looks like gigantic holes have been blown in the dried up magma, and you can see what appears to be bubbling up lava, but it's not like that reddish goldish lava. It's kind of got this brilliant white to it. And you notice that every time it bubbles up or kind of seethes over, it's almost like looking at Arctic ice with the water and the ice kind of meshing into this slush, with that one island of where the idol is. As you look over, and you can see down below almost liquidy hands and arms of people, and you hear this gigantic wail of, it looks like humanoid figures trying to grasp and pull themselves up on top of the obsidian slates, or the magma rock slates, and they being sucked under like a giant vacuum, as you hear this gigantic wail of millions and millions of people just rearing out in terror, as you see everyone see this gigantic brilliant column of light right where the idol is, and the only thing you can see is that black outline of the idol. And as you look over, you can see the 6 fire newts all turn, and they all have this look of shock and awe on their face as they look up and see all of you. And you hear kind of this mechanical, as you see kind of these mechanical spider legs bust out of the back of this little leathered up person. And you can see he kind of flexes his arms, and these 2 little, almost like chainsaw blades, come from underneath his arms. As you see the fire newts get the impression, and they ready themselves for battle. And that is where we're going to end it for the night.
No, Purge was bad.
Purge was good.
I feel Purge was neutral.